Surrounded by beauty, pleasure for my senses, enough of everything, no hunger or physical pain, my mind rushes to find a problem. What needs to be different so I won't feel this sadness, this fear? This is unacceptable, not right. There must be something I should do to change it. Thought, senile servant, warden of my jail, again sends me scurrying around the cage in panic, trying to find a way out of an invisible problem. If I stop listening to thought, what happens? Does the cage disappear? What would I do without my cage? There is a breeze that blows change. This wind moves trees, children, mountains, criminals and saints to bow down, to stop everything and breathe a prayer to the great fullness. Gratefulness. Thank you. Everywhere on earth, people wake up for a moment or a day or a lifetime and sleep again to wake again in innocence, in pain, in joy and fear and sorrow. It isn't out there, this wind of change. There is no out there. It blows within, wiping away everything, leaving only thankfulness and grace.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for our sixth quarterly concentration Zoom gathering. That was the recorded poetry of the wife of my dance mentor, Adriana Heidemann, who lives in Hotchkiss, Colorado. And in preparing for our gathering today, I was just inviting in the inspiration from teachers and teachings. And Adriana has been such an influence in my life and on my dance leading. Her poetry has helped me embrace the authenticity of being myself. And so the inspiration came this morning to open our gathering with Adriana's voice. And so I hope that was a touching experience for everyone.
Yes, thank you so much. It really touched my heart to hear her. And that was so beautiful with the music. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So as I was sharing in our presenter space before we opened the gathering today, this event has become a really beautiful tradition for DUP North America. We are inspired by a theme every quarter, and we do an attunement for that theme, and then we offer it up to the community, and we invite participation in whatever way wants to unfold, and usually it unfolds very magically. And of course, it's done that again this time. We never know who is going to present here today, and so we just watch as this all unfolds the weeks before we gather. And so I want to say a big thank you to our presenters today. We have Shivadam Adam Burke in Phoenix, Arizona, and I don't know if we can spotlight everybody who's presenting. Hayat, put you on the spot again. We've got Shivadam. Thank you, Shivadam. We have Ayesha Candy Cruz in Portland, Oregon. And we have Uli Sir Jesse joining us from Germany, but also lived in Colorado for quite many years. Hi, Uli. We have Amira Judy Jones from Atlanta, Georgia, and Petaluma Livelli in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Then we have, of course, we have Hayat Bain in Richmond, Virginia, who probably cannot spotlight herself, but who is our gracious and wondrous technical host. And we're just, oh, you can spotlight yourself.
I
Beautiful.
can, but I'm going to also remove the spotlight since I'm not presenting. But thank you for recognizing me.
And then we also have Tajali Tolan, our board president for DUP North America. And I'm going to pass it to Tajali now to offer our invocation and then move us into our time together. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Always inclusive. Jen did not get to be spotlit, and she is also presenting, our executive director of DUPNA. So we'll spotlight you in a bit.
Thanks. Thank you, Tajali.
I'm going to lead the invocation in sign language and English. So, toward the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the mystery, the message, the mother, and the spirit of guidance. Many languages, one voice, one heart. I am so grateful to be with you all today and share our quarterly concentration, which is to embrace change with enduring wisdom and guidance of our spiritual ancestors. Because you're all human, like me, you are feeling both the chemical and material changes that we are all experiencing moment to moment, breath to breath in the world. And sometimes it can feel like huge tidal waves or an actual literal physical challenges, both environmentally and within ourselves. And we get to remember that we have a system, we have a lineage that we're connected to. We'll be talking about that today. I have a little sign in my bathroom that says, you have a team of guides, use them. So I forget that I am part of a spiritual lineage. Silly to forget that. One of the precious treasures we have inside of us. And so we're today offering this living guidance through different presenters that have come through the dances, but also through each of us. And this is the real blessing, is that these teachings through the dances of universal peace are so profound, so precious. And our ancestors who came before us, bringing the footsteps and the heartbeat for us to follow. And now each of us is it. And so in this moment, before I share the ancestor sky people, I invite you to tune into the ancestors, living or non-living, the ones who have come before you, who have fed you and provided clarity for your path and for the world in this practice, this universal practice of peace. Just let yourself feel in your guides and your ancestors and welcome them and thank them. And then experience in your heart yourself receiving their transmission. And then you also being the ancestors for the ones who are coming behind you. And we have a living expression that flows uniquely through each and every one of us that the world needs your voice, your heart, your movements, your practice. And you then are also the ones offering, and that's the final aspect of our concentration, is what way are you giving in your community? A word, a song, a breath, an action. So that's our message and transmission for today. And what I wanted to share with you today, the song, a dance song, Ancestor Sky People, which is one of my favorite to lead, and to lead in many areas that are not familiar with dances. I've worked in many different cultures and schools, and this one has resonance. And I led it after I learned it, and I think I learned it from Layla B. And the transmission of the words, Ancestor Sky People all here today, hear my heart song, hear my respect, hear my love, hear my grateful tears fall. I am truly blessed. You are truly blessed. We are truly blessed, which is how I learned it and have led it. And then last summer, I was working at Camp Mimanagish, and it was a singing camp, and people there knew that I was a dance leader and that I had led this dance before. And they came up to me and they said, the originator of the dance is here. And I said, the originator of the dance is here? And they brought me to Harmony Grisman, who is the originator of the song of the dance. And when I spoke with her, I got to meet her. She was very, very excited to meet somebody who was leading the dance, because she had been asked by one of our community, and I haven't tracked that down. It might be Cherie Anderson, who is attributed for the movement. She had been asked to use this melody and these words for the dance, and she was moved to tears to learn the dance. And so for the whole community which was not a dance community, it was a singing group, I led the dance and taught her the dance movements for her song. And she sings it a little bit different. We're going to play it here. And she noted this. She said, the original is, I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed. But I love what you've done with it. And so Hayat's going to play her version of this melody for us.
Hear my heart song.
Thanks, Hayat. Ever attuning ourselves.
Ancestor sky people all here today. Hear my heart song. Hear my respect. Hear my love. Hear my grateful tears fall. I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed. Ancestor sky people all here today. Hear cluster sky, people all here today. Hear my heart's song, hear my respect, hear my love, hear my grateful tears fall. I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed.
I invite you to really tune into the we are not alone ever. And what might be coming through you is coming through others. And in this world where sometimes we feel disconnected and alone, that there's never a time that we aren't connected, and that the full circle comes around as miracles. And we are truly blessed. I'd like to pass the Holy Grail to Shivadam. Thank you.
Thank you, Tajali. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'd like to share a practice which we know as the metta prayer, the prayer of loving kindness, loving friendliness, which originates from the teachings of Buddha directly. It's a core practice in Buddhism found in the Metta Sutta, an early discourse on immeasurable friendliness. This sutta, which is a collection of verses in the Pali Canon, emphasizes the cultivation of loving kindness towards oneself and others. The concept of loving kindness, here with the word metta, which is the Pali language word, has pre-Buddhist Vedic Sanskrit roots, where the same word is written variously as Maitri, Maitra, Mitra. And the enduring wisdom of this metta prayer can be deeply practiced in the following way, helping us to more comprehensively cultivate compassion and connection as we recognize our interbeing with others. So this will be a guided meditation. Please follow along as I lead you through this practice. Always good to begin by just taking a few breaths, allowing ourselves to feel the gift that is breathing, that is the breath. Feel the sensations of breathing. And now bring into your mind and heart some beloved teacher, mentor, someone whom you hold in high esteem. And we'll recite the metta prayer for this being. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be free of suffering and live with ease. And now let's turn our attention toward ourselves. We sometimes forget to apply compassion to our own hearts. So for our own well-being, we'll say the metta prayer. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy and strong. May I be free of suffering and live with ease. Now bringing into our heart-mind a family member, a close friend, maybe even a pet, someone with whom we have a mostly uncomplicated relationship. And we'll pray. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be free of suffering and live with ease. Now we can bring into our attention someone who we might describe as a neutral person, someone in the community, maybe a grocer, maybe a passerby, someone who passes by our home, walking, maybe some neighbors in our community that we don't really know personally. And we'll recite, may they be happy and peaceful. May they be safe and protected. May they be healthy and strong. May they be free of suffering and live with ease. And now calling into our mind a complicated person, someone with whom we feel maybe some strong feelings, maybe even negative feelings, maybe a difficult or challenging relationship, or someone you don't like. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be free of suffering and live with ease. And now, expanding the reach of our hearts to include as many beings as we can, people, animals, communities, countries, perhaps all beings. And we'll pray. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. May you be free of suffering and live with ease. Svaha. Thank you for your profound practice. I'll hand it over to Jen in Longmont, Colorado.
Thank you, Shivadam. So while we're holding holding this atmosphere, in practice in this meditative space, before I offer a song, I'd like to invite us to focus in on our third eye area and taking a deep breath in and releasing it. We're going to sing the song together, Ad Gure Name, and Hayat will put the lyrics in the chat, but I think it will be familiar for all of us. So here we're inviting the connection to the primal wisdom of the ages, the primal wisdom throughout the universe, all time and space, and the wisdom that lives within our own selves, the wisdom within our communities. And so while we're singing, I invite you to tune into that attunement intention. So I'm going to get my harmonium. Sri Guru Deve Name. Taking a deep breath in and releasing. Ha Gure Name. Juka Gure Name. Sa Gure Name. Sri Guru Deve Name. Ha Gure Name. Juka Gure Name. Sa Gure Name. Sri Guru Deve Name. Ha Gure Name. Juka Gure Name. Sa Gure Name. Sri Guru Deve
Ricordate Name.
Svaha. So now I'd like to pass it over to Ayesha Cruz in Portland, Oregon.
Thank you, Jen. It was a beautiful song. Need to breathe for a minute. This topic about ancestors and lineage and everything that's going on in the world right now is quite a lot to absorb. And for me, and this is my story, I started dancing early 2000s and began leading dance. And when I found the first teacher of my heart, I relocated to the East Coast. And all these ancestors that brought the dances through, brought the Sufi tradition into my awareness, were new to me. And Hayat, if we could share the picture of Murshid Sam, this would be great. When I first saw pictures of Murshid Sam, I thought, oh my gosh, who is this little man with the flowing white beard and the long white hair and dressing in robes with the hippie girls? Yeah, I was a little bit timid to take this image into my heart. And yet, you know, if I'd have been in San Francisco, I would have been a couple years late to the party, so to speak. But this idea of holding hands together, we're all coming together with this man who plucked the dances out of the cosmos with help from many folks, both living and other places of the planet. It's so funny because now I look at this image and I think, oh my gosh, Murshid Sam and the hippie girls and the hippie boys and the hippie people and the people he was asked to minister to. He has such a place in my heart now. It took some years and it took some sharing by teachers and more dancing. And basically my story starts with that, how I learned to fall in love with this man and what he brought through, and the tradition of sharing our dances and ourselves heart to heart, one to one, really came true for me at my time on the East Coast, more so in learning about Murshid Sam. So we can take his image off the screen now, if you would, please, Hayat. What happened for me was that my initial Sufi guide and teacher had me listen to recordings of Murshid Sam's voice. And I listened to his voice over and over again. And came up with some shorter versions of his stories. And something about listening to, and I call people beloveds, but listening to a beloved's voice and getting that resonance in my heart and in my body when I'm dancing, when I'm praying. Um, it really made a difference for me. And after that time, I was, the image that went along with that voice was not someone unknown to me. He is a beloved, and like his teachers, Hazrat Inayat Khan and those before him and before them and before them, getting to know them one-to-one, heart-to-heart, and never meeting them in the physical form. I've learned that on this path, and I'm so grateful. And the other thing about my personal experience was after a while of listening to recordings of Sam and enjoying, this, what is the word, Mazub? This very unique individual. Um, I had a dream about him, and I'm going to actually read from a paper that I had written after the dream, but I fell asleep probably on the couch or something. I was listening to some music, and I woke up and I had a dream. I was between worlds, floating in my senses. And the dream it was a car, a kind of a square like, a VW station wagon. People all filled the car, and Murshid Sam was in the driver's seat. His big black glasses stood out, as did his flowing white hair and beard. He had a joyful expression on his face. And when I saw him, I laughed in delight, and I laughed again. And that's it. With short dream, short summation of it. But thinking about laughing with Murshid Sam and this vehicle full of beloveds, even now, many years later, it just makes me smile. And I'm going to leave you with a minute and a half of Murshid Sam's voice. And I don't really have to set the scene up, but it is, to me, it brings out the true nature of one of our ancestors, a man that brought these dances to us with help from other folks, obviously, and more than 50 years later, we're still bringing these dances heart to heart and one to one. So Hayat, if you could start that recording, and then when we're done, I will pass this on to the next person. Thank you.
And I found, fortunately, a good fish place not far from here. So we had a real gourmet dinner, didn't we? I didn't bribe him to say that. He says it because it's true. Isn't it true? We do everything that way. You see, we only have one guest at dinner here, Gina. God. He comes in various guises, various stomachs, and various looks, and so on. It's only God, and he multiplies himself when he sits down at the table, and then it's all over. Every meal here is as if God was the guest. And those who are here tonight, isn't that true? Yes. Sure, it's true. See, I have a lot of good yes men and women, but it's all right. There's only two things we forbid here: cold feet and empty stomachs. Now, if anybody's cold feet, if I find out you've had cold feet and you haven't told me, well, I'm going to be a little angry. But if you are, how are we going to get them warm? Yes.
I have cold feet.
Very good. You're going to come sit here as soon as we're through the next session, and you're going to take your shoes off.
Yes.
Very good. And there's a reason for that, because I don't care how many superiority complexes a person has, but when they have inferiority, we get rid of it. You understand? And we want the circulation to be right, because otherwise you can't do the breathing practices we're doing. We'll have to look after you before we do the breathing practices, which will come shortly.
Thank you, Hayat. And I will pass the baton, so to speak, to Petaluma Livelli in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Thank you, Ayesha. Okay, so, um, oh, that's great. That's really great to hear all that. And yeah, thinking about Murshid Sam and then one of his many teachers and guides, Hazrat Inayat Khan, who I sort of think of as like the spiritual grandfather of the dances. Um, he had four children, and his oldest child, her name was Nuranisa Inayat Khan. And so, and I don't, I think I think they did put her into the lineage, maybe, in the Inayati order. But along the way, she wasn't officially in there, but she is. She's definitely somebody that I think of a lot. She has a lot of wisdom that she holds and shares, even though she's no longer physically here on this earth in a physical form. But the more I learned about her, the more I was intrigued with her, and I think about her a lot, especially in these times. And I read there are several biographies of her and movies about her, but I read one of the biographies of her, and for a long time I had the intention of I wanted to write a dance in her honor, and it just sort of, I don't know, it was just percolating for a while, the intention of that, and for many years actually. And then I guess it was it a year ago now, just about a year ago in May, on a retreat out here in Royalston, Massachusetts, with Abraham and Halima, and I was there, and I went to bed, and maybe that was like the first night of the retreat, and then in the morning I woke up, and it was like this melody was right there, and I was like, oh, okay. So, and I got my little voice memo recorder on my phone, and then it kind of just all came together. I mean, I had thought of ideas of things I might want to put into it, but it really just came together that morning, and the movements came. So, and it's kind of like, we do Tassawari walks, trying to follow in the footsteps of somebody, maybe a great teacher, or an element, or other things. Well, more the people, but so this is kind of like a Tassawari dance. There's a part of it that's like a Tassawari. So I will sing it for you, and I can show you the movements also, if you like to do the movements. So it goes like this. So there are three parts. So this is part one. So it goes Nurunisa, 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 Nurunisa. So that part, we would be walking in procession, counterclockwise. And as we're walking, this is the Tassawari part. So this is where I slip in bits of her biography. Did I say autobiography before? I meant biography. Yeah, okay, gosh. Anyway, so the first Nurunisa, we are walking, and we raise our arms up toward the heavens, and this kind of symbolizes her childhood and the incredible divine attunement that she had during her childhood, growing up with Hazrat Inayat Khan as her dad and Aura Ray Baker as her mom, creating this amazing Universalist Sufi community. So that's like divine attunement during her childhood. Nurunisa. Then the second one is kind of like her growing up and growing into a young woman and discovering her gifts that she shared with the world. And because she wrote poetry, she wrote children's stories. I think she also wrote a play. She sang and she played the harp, and she played the vina. So and she shared all those gifts with the world. So this starts here. We can imagine at our heart center. We can imagine a flame, a light. Oh, because I forgot to say the meaning of her name. So Nur in Arabic means light, and Nisa means women. So Nur Nisa is like light among women. So we're imagining this light at our heart center, this flame, and it starts here at the heart, and then we bring it up to the throat center, which is the center of expression, and then we share it with the world. So it's the expression. So heart, then throat, and sharing it out in the world. So that's the second Nurunisa. So first one is Nurunisa. Second, Nurunisa. And then the third one, I'm gonna change my position a little bit. So the third one is, well, I'll tell you. So you may or may not already know this, but I'm telling you basically her entire biography in a shortened form. So when she was in her 20s, World War II broke out. And so she wanted to do something to fight back against the forces of fascism and Nazism, but she wanted to do it in a nonviolent way. And she had lived in different places in Europe, and she spoke fluent French and English. So she left France and then went to England for a little bit, and she ended up joining the British Special Operations Executive, which basically she was part of their espionage team, and she was a wireless transmitter. She had like a wireless, like a big, it was a big kind of clunky thing, of course, because it was the 1940s, but it was a keyboard, and she would send Morse code messages of intelligence on the ground back to the headquarters in Britain, in Nazi Vichy occupied France, specifically Paris. So she did that, and I learned this from Tamam Khan, who has written an amazing book about her and so many amazing poems about her. I believe the life expectancy for a spy in her kind of position was about 2 weeks, but she lasted much longer than that. But she did ultimately get captured. People on her team started getting captured, and then ultimately she was captured by the Gestapo. She was taken to, so I'm going to stop there. So I'm going to stop there and just say that the third Nurunisa, I'm going to get into the very end of her life a little bit later. But the third Nurunisa, we begin with this light in our heart again. And this time it goes down, 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 and then it spreads like that. So it's sort of, the idea is that she found a way to shine her light even though she needed to keep it hidden and kind of keep it underground, so to speak. So the first one, Nurunisa, second one, Nurunisa, and third one, Nurunisa, and again, Nurunisa. Nurunisa, Nurunisa. Okay. So that's the Tasawari part. The second part, part 2, let's see, is we are we're calling on Noor herself, but we're also calling on Noor as the divine quality of God, of one of the 99 beautiful names of Allah. And so we're calling out directly, Ya Noor. And we are aligning ourselves. So we would hold hands in the circle at this point. We would hold hands in the circle and we bow center to kind of align ourselves with the divine light. Ya Noor. Then we do a side step to the right and a heart swoop. So we're thinking of this light in our heart, right? And then we're spreading the light. Ya Noor. And then again, center. Ya Noor. And again, spreading. Ya Noor. Center. Ya Noor. Spread. Ya Noor. Center. Ya Noor. And spread. Ya Noor. So that's part 2. Part 3. Now I will talk about the end of her life. So she did get captured by the Gestapo. She was brought ultimately to Dachau concentration camp, and she was ultimately executed. And her last word before she died was that she said in French, "Liberté," freedom, liberty. That was her last word. So, and of course we can't know exactly how she was feeling that word in that moment, but there are so many layers to that. And yeah, it's a really powerful last word. So yeah, so part 3 is we're singing Liberté, Liberté, Liberté. And so for that part, we would all individually be slowly turning right and kind of keep turning individually to the right. And what we do is we cross our forearms, and our hands are in fists, but our palms are facing us. And then Liberté. And this is very similar also, Tajali might know, this is very similar to the American Sign Language sign for freedom. But yeah. So, let's see what key I'm in. Liberté, 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 liberté. And then back to the beginning. Nurunisa. So, hopefully you can remember those movements because I need to play the harp now. But yeah, we'll sing it together, and feel free to do the movements seated, or if you'd like to stand and do them as well, you're free to do that. So
Petaluma,
yes,
it feels like a good time to take off the spotlight so everybody can see everybody easily. Is that good?
sure, yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
for the movements.
Yeah. Nurunisa, 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 Nurunisa. light, peace, liberation for all. I mean, may it be so. May it be so. I always end with that for that dance. Light, peace, liberation for all. Yeah. Thank you for singing and praying with me and invoking Nor with me. And yeah, I'm going to pass to Uli in Munich, Germany, and believe also from Telluride, Colorado for many years as well.
Thank you so much, Petaluma. That was amazing. You are such a great musician. I learned to play the Celtic harp when I lived in Telluride. I'm a music teacher, and since I play piano, I thought, oh, I can learn that. I could never do what you just did, sing and play and compose a song like that. It really touched me deeply to learn of that story of her. It's just amazing how you wove it all together. It was a long story, but it was so worth it. Thank you so much. And I chose a song by Mammoose. You all might be knowing about Mammoose. Composer Carisha Lonecker of the duo Mammoose has first received this song through her in a dream. She says, I woke from a dream where two dear old musical friends, one of them has long passed, were together, and they kind of, in my dream, it all was clear that this song wanted to be born through me. She followed them with their smiles and warm hearts, and they asked her to come forward. I awoke from the dream with the first part of the song singing through me. We shall be known by the company we keep. And it haunted her so much that the rest of the words just came to her afterwards. I am really not a song leader or so. I came to a total different way to Dances of Universal Peace than most of you did. I was a Rashnishi, as they were used to be called in the 1980s in Germany. I went to Pune with Bhagwan Sri Rashnish, and there was something called a music group. And I just loved that. And that was called Sufi dancing. And because of Bhagwan, who was teaching us a lot about other amazing teachers from the ages, he talked about the Sufis very lovingly and very beautifully. And I always felt like, oh yes, Sufis are my kind. And when they called it Sufi dancing, when I came back to Germany, I decided, since I'm a musician, I'm going to teach Sufi dancing in Munich. So I started a group with another guy who played the guitar and me, and we did the Sufi dancing for 2 years in Germany. There just took songs that we learned from Pune and from other places. So I did it all along, but I've never really had any knowledge about the Dances of Universal Peace until I moved to America in '83. And then I got wind of the Dances of Universal Peace slowly. And I thought, oh, that's the same as Sufi dancing. And I loved it ever since. And when I moved to Telluride and got to know Bernie and Sky first, actually, she taught the dances in Durango and then Bernie in Hotchkiss. And I brought him once in a while to Telluride to do it together with me and other people. So that's how I got slid into the Dances of Universal Peace. And I am so glad when I learned to know this song we shall be known by the company we keep, that we can all maybe sing this together, because this song leads us all in the time of the great changes that we are in. It's the time of the great turning. It inspires us to appreciate the good company we keep, and we do that as dancers of universal peace, and to go deep into the well, our source, our creativity, connection, and ability to thrive right now. So I'm going to play the song, and please sing along. I just assume that you all know the song well, and I'm not going to teach it right now. Sing along the harmony or whatever you can.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds that change a life.
Uli, I think, did you mute? You muted yourself. We can't hear the music.
It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the web. It is time now. It's time to be alive. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
I sang this song with my threshold choir in Ridgeway, where I lived at the end till last year. And it was one of our favorite songs. We never did it really as a dance because it's too long with the words, but it is such a wonderful song. Thank you for singing it with me and being there while we were doing these words together, and we shall be known together. I'm going to call on Amira, who is located in Atlanta. Bye-bye.
That was delicious, Uli. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a lot to be considered these days. So I'm going to feel like I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm going to share a little bit about Hanuman. And probably for a lot of you, you're going to know a whole lot more than I do about this, but there may be some of you, or maybe it'll be a refresher course. So Hanuman is a very popular figure in the Hindu mythology, in the Hindu tradition. And all over the world, there are temples, Hindu temples that are dedicated to Hanuman. And can I have the image, Hayat? Show you what Hanuman sometimes looks like. There he is. He has a red face and a long tail, and he's very muscular. Yeah, if you can blow it up. And you can see that he's ripped his chest open. to share his heart with Rama and Sita, who are seated there on the throne inside his heart. And you can see the blood dripping as he sacrifices himself, and that's one of his main characteristics of self-sacrifice. In some traditions, he's known as the offspring of the wind deity Vayu. And in some other traditions, he's an incarnation of Shiva. So there's an epic poem in Hinduism known as the Ramayana. And Hanuman is the devoted companion to the deity Ram or Rama in this poem. And he plays a crucial role in helping Ram find and rescue his cohort, Sita. And Sita was being chased by the demon king Ravana. So Ram had to find his bride. And in one other episode, Rama's brother was very ill. And there was one herb that was only found in the Himalayas that could cure Ram's brother. And so Hanuman flew to the Himalayas and looked all over to find this one particular herb, but it wasn't to be found. So he just up and brought back the whole mountain. So he's known for his unwavering loyalty and devotion to Ram, and also for his courage and his strength and his selfless service to Ram and everyone. So what we're going to do, you can take down the image, Hayat. What we're going to do is we're going to hear a rap song by an American rapper named MC Yogi. This came out in 2008, so a long time ago. And it's all about Hanuman, and it talks about it illustrates some of the things I've just mentioned to you about Hanuman. But it goes really fast, like most rap goes. It goes really fast. And so Hayat's going to also, as well as the music, she's going to display the lyrics so you can follow along. And you'll notice that the lyrics are not quite grammatically accurate, but it's okay. It's rap, and it's fun, and it's light. And I hope you all will enjoy it as much as I have. It's all in your hands, Hayat.
Hold on 1 second.
Take your time. We'll just sit here and enjoy seeing the beautiful faces that we're looking at. What a gift to be in prayer and meditation with all of you for this last hour and a half. Such a gift. I'm blessed.
This isn't exactly the view I want, but it'll do for now.
Yeah, that's the lyrics.
Yes. And then, here we go. 1 sec.
Hanumanji, son of the wind, lord of the monkeys, Rama's best friend. You eliminate illusion and destroy all sin, and you're known as Shiva's incarnation. Here we go.
All right.
This is Krishna Das.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. destroy all sin, and you're known as Shiva's incarnation. You're the champion of truth with the thunderbolt body, the mighty monkey god who embodies bhakti. You're the breath of Ram, prana shakti. You achieve victory like the movie Rocky. You carry a club to smash the thugs. You're the perfect servant, the embodiment of love. You're the face of grace, and your heart is pure. You make the whole demon race tremble when you roar. In service of the Lord, you're the demon destroyer, also known as the king of all warriors. Your compassion in action, devotion in motion, with the strength to leap the length of the ocean. To be as small as a cat or as tall as a tower. You devour lust, ignorance, envy, and greed. You succeed and never cower in the hour of need. You left to Lanka and reassured Sita, don't worry about a thing, cause Rama's gonna free you. You burned down Lanka when your tail was on fire, and to serve Lord Ram is your only desire. When Ram's little brother was about to die, without a second thought you began to fly in search of a cure high in the Himalayas. But when you weren't sure which herb to take them, you brought the whole mountain back with one hand. That's why Hanuman, you're Rama's best friend. You embody bhakti, the yoga of love. That's why Ram gave Hanuman a big old hug. Sometimes, homie, you have funny behavior. Once when Sita gave you a necklace, you bit it with your teeth like it was your breakfast. Then Sita said, Hanuman, what's wrong with the mullah? You replied that you were just trying to find Rama. Then someone said, Hanuman, is Rama inside of you? And in that moment you revealed your truth. You tore up in your chest and inside your heart. Rama was shining like a diamond inside the dark. You said when you're separate, that's when you serve. But when you're connected, you and Ram merge. You're the mighty monkey of the epic Ramayana. You repeat Ram's name, the holy Ramanama, singing kirtan with the cymbals in your hand, going on and on like a one-man band, singing Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, rocking on and on till the break of dawn. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Come on, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Bajrangi, Jai Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan. Jai Bajrangi, Baba Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan. Jai Bajrangi, Jai Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan. Jai Bajrangi, Baba Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan. Jai Bajrangi, Jai Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan. Jai Bajrangi, Baba Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan. Jai Bajrangi, Jai Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan. Jai Bajrangi, Baba Hanuman, Sankat Mochan Kripanidan.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. We are truly blessed. And I'll turn it over to Jen to carry on these blessings.
Thank you so much, Amira. That was very good for my body. And I loved watching you dance. Oh, and Zareen and Wayne said, can we make a dance to that? I think it might be you, Amira. So we'll look for that.
I'll see what I can come up with. I'll see what comes through, actually. I'll see what comes through.
Thank you so much. So I wasn't planning to offer another song, but one just came to me as we were moving through the program. And so I would like to offer I Am Willing, which is a song by Holly Near. And I created a dance to this. Actually, it came to me in a waking state, just waking up after the first election of Trump. And so the dance came through. And I'm going to put the words in the chat. So it's I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would feel so strange. I will honor those who've gone before us, so lift me up to the light of change. And so to close our gathering today, I'm just going to invite us all to be in this receptive place of receiving whatever blessing might have come to us from the wisdom that was shared by our beloved community. And with so much love and so much heartfulness and so much devotion and depth of intention. So as we're singing these words, I'll invite you to tune into that, allowing all that we've received today to be integrated into your being so that you may carry forward whatever it is that you need to be a light into the world. So the song is, I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would feel so strange. I will honor those who've gone before us, so lift me up to the light of change. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would feel so strange. I will honor those who've gone before us, so lift me up to the light of change. Last time. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would feel so strange. I will honor those who've gone before us, so lift me up to the light of change. So lift me up to the light of change. Amen. 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 for all that we received here today. I would love to be able to put all of our presenters up on the screen. Hayat, could we do that just one last time so we can share our gratitude as a group? And I will try to do it at the same time. Let's see. So I'd like to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much
This
for
is
all of our
becoming deep.
presenters. Yeah, I'm going to let you do it, Hayat, because I think I just...
All right.
And we'll offer our yafatahs to all of our presenters. And it's really so beautiful and amazing, all of the wisdom that we share here in our community. And so for all of you to come forward and to offer your gifts today is so special for us. And do we have everybody?
No, hold on one second.
No.
I just can't find her. There she is. Usually all the co-hosts are together. Okay.
So we'll offer 3 yafatahs as is our tradition in our community, the whole group. From our hearts, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ya fatah. Ya fatah. Ya fatah. Can those who would like to unmute, and then we'll have a symphony of ya fatahs? Here we go. Ya
Fatah.
Yeah.
Fatah. Fatah.
Hayat, can we put you in the spotlight?
Okay.
How did you do
So
that?
I want to say a deep, deep ya fatah for Hayat. It's just such a pleasure to work with Hayat and to know that whenever we need her to offer her tech hosting skills, she's just right there and typically does it at the last minute, and we just kind of throw lots of technological surprises her way, and she's just in the background doing all these things. And so it's such a comfort for me and for Tajali. I know that we know that you're here and we can rely on you, and it's
really
a gift
my
to the whole
joy.
community. So
My joy to be
Thank
supported.
you.
So ya fatah, Hayat.
Thank you.
Ya fatah.
Ya
Ya
Fatah.
Yeah.
Ya Fatah.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
We'd like to put a few links in the chat. We have our second annual National Dances of Universal Peace North America weekend, our retreat gathering happening at the farm community in Tennessee. That will be happening July 31st through August 3rd. Our DUPNA Next Gen Council is hosting this event, and they have such a beautiful plan unfolding for us. So I would just want to invite all of you. I'm going to send the big email officially launching this either tomorrow or Tuesday, but our registration is already open. And we have all collaborative dance sessions. So if you're a dance leader and you'd like to join us, we'll build the dance sessions with all the leaders who are present. And it's our continued experiment in building this new world that we envision, this new paradigm of collaboration. And then we'll have family-friendly activities, conversations on important topics during this time, led by the next generation. And so we hope that you'll consider joining us.
Somebody
We would
say,
also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Someone said the page link is broken. Which page?
In the links that you posted for the DUPNA volunteer and all of that, those are the old website.
Yeah.
Where did those links get posted, Shivadam?
They were
in the chat.
Well, they're in the chat, but they were
yeah.
from the document that we're going by.
I see. I didn't up. So we have a brand new website. It's DUPNA.org. Thanks for saying that. I didn't go through our document very well.
And I want to
Um,
add, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
Uh-huh.
there's confusion about our website, which it's not www.dup, it's http://dupna.
It's in the chat too.
Yeah, HTTPS.
Thank you.
the S is important.
Thank you.
So we'd love for you to go there and you know, if you have a dance circle, check your dance circle listing on the website, update your dance circle listing. You can post an event there as well. And then that is linked inside of DUP International's Mighty Network. So in the North America space in the Mighty Network, you're taken to the DUPNA website. So we'd love for you to post any of the events that you have coming up. And if you feel moved to offer a donation for this work that we're doing in bringing our community together to connect, collaborate, and empower one another, we would certainly be very grateful for that. Tajali, do you have anything else you'd like to share?
Well, not in reference to what's coming up. Come again, we'll do this next quarter, but I wondered, I'm just a little off the cuff, it's not in the plan, that maybe Hayat might want to lead us in the May All Beings Be Well and Happy.
Sure, that would be my honor. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I was
That's
just trying to put more links in the chat. Jen, I didn't get to put the retreat registration link because I couldn't do it while I was screen sharing.
Okay. I put the donate link in there and I'll put the registration link for the gathering.
Thank you. I just
Yeah,
need a
thanks.
couple more hands.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just be centered together within ourselves and with each other. Connecting heart to heart. Taking a deep breath together. And sending this beautiful blessing of our hearts out everywhere. May all be well. May all beings be happy. Peace. 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 Let's do it one more time, and then on the pieces, everybody unmute, okay? May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Now unmute. Don't blow out the speakers. Peace.
Oh, beautiful.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye. Till
To
we
see
meet
you in the
again.
circle.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jen.
Oh, that's such a pretty tree.
It is a beautiful tree. If you two have a few minutes, I'd like to share with you.
Sure.
Just
I'll just say I was in Australia. I should have maybe put this in the chat earlier, but I was just in Australia for a month for the first time visiting ever. And the last part of my family, I have family there. And the last part of it, I just came back less than a week ago, 5 days with the Australia Sufi dance community. And Jelani from the UK was there. And it was just really incredible being with Jelani and how she led. She was an incredible dance leader, and just getting to know the Australia community as well. And,
Beautiful.
Thank you, Varda.
Thank you.
yeah, I'm still very filled with that. And this was beautiful too.
So
And
I don't know if we've ever met, but seeing that you're from Santa Fe, New Mexico, there's going to be the Jamiat Alm, which is the Rouhaniyat sponsored event at Lama in the end of June. And there will be a lot of dancing, a lot of young dance leaders there. So you're so close. I just thought I'd let you know that it was happening.
right. We did meet. I was at the Creativity for camp in early 2000s in Virginia.
Yay.
And
Or West Virginia. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I lived from 1975 to 1980, and I used to play the violin for Moinadine at the dances in California. And I guess that was mid-70s. Yeah, 78, 77 or something like that. But we did meet a long, long time ago. And I was actually curious to find out how to reach Harmony Grisman, because in the 60s when I was in New York, I knew Dave Grisman because my partner Jody was playing with him at that
He's a
time.
great musician.
If you hang on a minute, I might be able to put it in the
It's
chat.
that website, right? That you had.
Yep.
So is Harmony related to David Grisman?
Sounds
I
like
think
it.
I think they were married a long time ago. That's
Oh, I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
not
you
sure.
for joining us, Sparta.
Yeah, it's the first time I got on, and it was beautiful.
Glad you
Especially
joined us.
Noranisa dance. I think that one should really go out, be written
Kind
up
of a
and
body
shared.
prayer.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that will be. Petaluma is producing so many.
Wow.
I danced it in Mexico multiple times this year, and so I reached out to her to ask if she would lead it for us today.
Oh, cool.
And so I had never done it with her, but someone else had led it at both retreats in Trancones, Mexico. It was very powerful, very moving.
So Berta, I put in the chat Harmony Grisman's website.
Okay.
And if you cannot contact her there, she gave me her email and her phone number, but I don't have it right here.
Well,
Okay.
I just found her email address on her website under contact us, and I'm just going to put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
I'm not, was from the 60s, I don't know. I'm remembering things correctly. So, but thank you. Yeah, I might reach out to her.
Thank you. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, that creativity for peace for children camp was
Creative
really
Arts for
important.
Peace, right? Yeah.
Is that what I can't remember what it was
Yeah.
called. But I remember it very powerful and useful. And I wish that there was a whole lot more being done for children and with children and sustaining Rashida Vera's work also. I think
Well,
that
guess
really
what? It's happening.
Yeah.
forward a whole lot
And
more.
that's why your name is so familiar, because of your involvement with children, I think, Barta. Because your last name is Brahms, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on the Mershida Vera website, there are actually two photos that I took that are credited to me. One is credited and the other isn't. But that Darshan photo of her, I love that. You know, that's really a beautiful picture. So anyway, you know, no big deal. Nothing new by nobody special.
Well, I've
just
had a
wanted to
deep passion, and I continue to lead dances with children, and I lead them in schools and at peace camps. And the Dances of Universal Peace North America's initiative and main goal, besides connecting and supporting communities, is for the next generation, and to see the dances, peace practices, and support of the children be passed on. So look to the future, you will see what is unfolding. And we're looking at the younger members to do this as well.
But older members are welcome to the camp that's called the next.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
have to do a good job of that, like making that really, really clear. Yeah.
It wasn't totally clear. Yeah. That would help. But
It'll
you
be
know,
clear
I
in
mean,
the email, but it's good to know that that wasn't clear in the sharing.
But Tajali, I mean, even though you're doing that, I mean, as part of like one of the branches of the Ruhaniyat, I think I would like to see it brought forward a whole lot more. You know,
You
as an
lead the same thing.
because I mean, as well as Zirat and the other, and you know, the universal worship and so on. I think education. At one point, Saraswati and I were talking about this a lot, and there was a lot of work that had been done on bringing together the people involved in education, but it sort of got dropped. I wasn't ready to continue it, and Saraswati wasn't either at that point.
And I was
But
on that, and so was Maitreya and Farid. There were many of us that were on that council in the Rouhaniyat. And I hear you. I would say that that piece of organization, strengthening that branch is a very important one.
Yeah,